Move on to Noche Buena or Noche Buena. Noche
UFC.
UFC. Gilbert, there's no other way for me to start this except for with this video. Oh, I hope I don't get dinged for this one, but screw it.
Also curious, I may have missed it, but was Oscar de la Hoya included in any of the tributes tonight?
I did. Yeah, he was in the video.
Okay.
Really?
He's an asshole, but you can't deny what he did. I mean, the guy,
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
fair.
He's a fucking lunatic. But he was a bad boy in his day.
Yeah. What did our Uber driver say? That Oscar De La Hoya fought everybody, and I think that's
Everybody,
accurate. That's
everybody.
accurate. He
Yeah,
gave some great fights, and yes, he does deserve. I'm glad that Dana White at least admires his boxing resume, not his what do you want to say, personality? I guess.
yeah, exactly. Adir, you can ask your question. Yeah, when we jump over to NFL talk. Yeah, no, I just
On a
thought
different link.
Yeah, on a different link. We're gonna jump over to do NFL in a couple minutes. So yeah, you can ask your
Stay
question.
away.
But okay, so before, like, obviously the videos were amazing. It looked amazing. Like, it looked like they really put a lot of movie. Like, one of those, I thought we were watching like Thor or something. Remember, I showed you a video and it looked like
Yeah.
you were watching Thor or something like that. It was just incredible the work that Dana and his team put in there. I think I saw $20 million were spent, Gilbert, on all the
Wow.
production there.
That's how much they gain on the ticket sales. They kind of make their money back, but you didn't really make a lot of money. I guess depending on the pay-per-view sales.
Well, we already know there what happens with the pay-per-view sales. But
Mm.
I was thinking about it. Athir, anybody who you want to answer it will answer it. Yeah, this is your show, Athir. You let us know who you want
Ask
to
a
answer it.
boxing question at the or UFC.
You know what's funny? Yeah, if you guys have any questions, anybody else watching in here, if you guys have any questions about UFC, WWE, or boxing, we will answer them.
Hello. Are we
you
alone?
imagine Roman Reigns walking out in the Sphere? Like,
That
I think the
yeah,
Sphere's made for WWE.
that's perfect. You're right. Yeah.
Like, if Roman comes out and you just like, that's why I was saying, I honestly wish that it would have been either there or like Survivor Series there or at the new Inglewood Stadium, the one by the Clippers.
Oh, into it dome.
Into it. It sounds like Doug Dimmadome from Fairly Odd Parents, home of the Intuit. You're not gonna know, but
I don't know.
it was just funny to see. So Gilbert, before we get into all the action that happened, I have to show you this. I've been holding on to this, and I need to show you this. So obviously, a lot of people were like, "Where's a certain person at? Why is he not here at the Canelo fight?" Well, he was right across the street hanging out with John Jones.
Hey,
He
knows the song.
I don't care. I'm still gonna try hitting with the left hook. It's probably not gonna work, but I'm gonna try and shit. We blessed. I'm favored.
Hold on, it gets even better. Hold on. Here we go. Gilbert, you're about to laugh. Here we go.
Oh, John Jones? John Jones is running loose and wild here tonight in Las Vegas. So let's hope we. Hunter, you babysitting him tonight? Oh,
Ryan Garcia.
Who is? Oh, they're out tonight.
Oh no, he knows.
Bro.
Yeah, I was thinking the jokes probably write themselves with those two guys.
Listen, John promised me tonight that he's going to be good while he's in Las Vegas. So
I was just thinking, like, why he doesn't attend more fights. He never really see him, and I guess in the section for like the UFC athletes. But I get it now. He doesn't want to go to Vegas for reasons,
dude. But like, he looked terrified. Dana White.
Yeah, because when he heard, especially those two guys together,
yeah, that's like a walking psychiatrist's dream to have those two guys like sitting down and everything. Like, that was
they're committed to John Jones. They announced that fight in New York. They need him to headline an event. That's very important for him.
Yeah, no, by the way, let me ask you, because this idiot, and you know who I'm talking about, that's related to me. He thinks that John Jones is scared of Aspinall.
Well, supposedly he might
And
retire after Stipe.
well, so that's the other thing I was gonna show you, that I guess he was asked about it, and hold on, I have the video right here, but I mean, well, here it goes.
Retirement fight in November, or no? You got more? It's gonna be the last time. It's gonna be the last time? Hey, you're a legend. Hey, thank you. More than likely. It was an honor.
More than likely.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you know who was there at UFC?
Hey, Dirty Dom. Did you hear Dirty Dom? Nice, Ray. Did you hear Dirty Dom being mentioned on the Monday Night Football broadcast?
No, what did they say?
so yeah, obviously Jason Kelsey was over that damn broadcast.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
He talked about his I guess his little feud or scuffle with Dirty Dom, and Troy Aikman's like, and a character named Dirty Dom, is that really his name that you got into it when you're in WWE? And Jason's like, yep, that's his name, Dirty Dom. So
dude,
yeah.
what's up with this guy? He has like a sleep apnea mask on.
It's
No, I'm
too
serious. That's what mine used to look like.
Oh yeah.
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 But I thought it was cool that they kept K-Face and they sat they didn't sit anywhere near each other.
Good.
That was
Keep
pretty
it
cool.
going. I like this.
I like it. And I'm sorry we're gonna get into John Jones over. I don't care if I sound like Dana White. I don't want John Jones to retire. I need one fight with Aspinall.
Yeah.
I need one. I feel like he could beat Aspinall. If he really settled down for 3 months and just gave it his all, I feel like he could destroy Aspinall.
And I think it's kind of good that he's fighting Stipe. I don't want to, be disrespectful to Stipe Miocic, but it's like it's kind of like a tuna fight for him.
That's what I
to get ready, but also Stipe is a legend in his own right, but he hasn't fought in 3 years, so they're kind of made for this. Hey, let's get the rust off kind of fight here, and then if John looks good, then you go into Aspinall or eventually maybe Pereira. Maybe Pereira should fight the winner of that, but yeah, I would definitely love to see that, Fernando.
I think that's what's happening right now. I think he's gonna go in. I think right now he's thinking, I might have to retire. He goes into it. If he beats the crap out of Stipe, he's like, you know what? Hell no, I could go one more fight with this. And I think he might retire if he fights Aspinall and he beats him. I think he'd lay down the belt and be like, this was it.
That'd be the perfect way to go out.
There's no other thing you guys can say about me. And then Dana White goes home happy because John Jones goes off on top and as the number one.
Greatest.
I don't think he needs to fight. What's his name?
Alex Pereira.
Pereira. Oh wow, Athir's in a boxing question. My bad. I'm sorry, Athir. Mike Tyson biting ears. How come he didn't get banned for life? Oh, sure, there you go.
Well, he got suspended for a bit, and he went to jail a couple times, but
that wasn't because of the ear biting.
I know, but he was making so much money at Athir at the time for a lot of people that you don't ban a guy who's making a lot of money. So that's the way boxing is. It's all about the dinero.
Like when Tyreek Hill didn't get suspended for. Oh wait,
he makes money for certain people too.
Yeah, exactly. Was it a dud, Gilbert? I felt like it was more of the fireworks and the everything else than it was really about the action and the. You didn't really see people tweeting about the actual fights. You saw people tweet about the aesthetic and everything that was there.
Yeah, like it would be cool to be there, but like at those prices, like I want to see some cool stuff that I could go see at, is it called Comps or Cos, whatever the heck it's called in LA?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like I want to see that, but also I'm paying a lot of money, so give me some damn good fights too. And I feel bad for the people who paid for that fight because it was being played up like, oh, it's gonna be this awesome once in a lifetime. Yeah, for people there, for the people watching at home, you had to pay full price for a pay-per-view that didn't belong probably on pay-per-view. That's why I told you, Fernando. I even told and Adam too. I'm like, you keep hyping up this event, once in a lifetime, historic event, best ever, and that's the card you come up with. Like Conor McGregor would have been perfect for that, but I get it, and they wanted to do the spectacle, and it was more like 3D glasses at a theater, and very cool, and in a way, Fernando too, him going up at Canelo on the same day, it created this boxing UFC rivalry where all these boxing fans came out to support Canelo and say, "No, forget that sport over there. That's our day." And I want to say, I don't know, because we were there and it felt like it. I want to say Canelo won this battle and held it down for boxing. That card was pretty terrible. And Sean O'Malley, who's supposed to be the star of UFC, didn't do much. And I even told Adam, I'm like, Adam, like they're missing a star. They're missing a guy who can make money and also win a lot of matches. And they don't really have that right now. And in boxing, that's the one advantage that they have. They do have a cash cow, and that's Canelo Alvarez. They don't have that at UFC. John Jones is not that guy anymore. Conor McGregor is not that guy anymore. Ronda Rousey is definitely not that person anymore. Who else? Keep going on and on.
For WWE.
Yeah, there you go. So they're missing that person. And by the way,
but so is boxing. Like I feel like both sports, neither one of them have a tribal chief.
Canelo, obviously, it's not to that point, but Canelo is still, it's
but
it's not
the thing
Mayweather
is,
heyday.
you want to find the next.
And
like there's nobody in line.
They don't have a succession plan, and that's what I worry for the sport. I'm like, damn, that's what UFC is
going
to crush them.
Both sports,
both of them, but Adam has a good point. Like UFC, with those guys that I mentioned, the Mount Rushmore of money makers and star power, they got to the point where like, hey, maybe you're missing that person, but people are going to watch those fights. They're exciting. And real quick, I know we got to move on to WWE. I saw a video from Hawani that he was just, listing a bunch of fights from 2016, calling it the greatest year in UFC history. And I'm like, yeah. And the cool part, I was there for half of those fights he was listing. It was the prime Conor McGregor year, Nate Diaz year, one of my favorite fights of all time. It happened on January 2nd, 2016. Robbie Lawler against Carlos Condit. That's when I got hooked on UFC. Well, before that, because McGregor beat Aldo like in December 2015. But that stretch, December 2015, all through when Ronda Rousey got knocked out by Amanda Nunes near New Year's Eve of 2016, that was the year that UFC became, okay, cool. We don't need mega stars because people know us. We'll get by. But now it's been like, maybe that's why I gave Adesanya credit. He was holding it down for a little bit. He wasn't that big of a star. It's kind of like Pereira right now, right? But they're kind of missing that. And I just remember Hawani mentioned that. I'm like, damn, I was lucky to go to half of those fights that year.
You know who's a star up and coming? I think Diego Flores.
Diego Lopez.
Yeah. Damn, I always get it wrong.
Did he look good? I haven't watched the card.
I saw the guy's face.
Okay.
Yeah, they said that now they've put him at number 3. So in line for Ilya Toporia's title. So they're saying that maybe one more fight and he'll get a championship fight. So I think that'll be awesome. Gilbert, real quick. Well, let's answer Luis and then we'll go to Athir's asking boxing questions and I love it. Are you a fan of Merab's grappling fighting style? So basically, he's one of those that just takes you to the ground and he's more ground and pound. But the only reason why I know fans get pissed, and I get why, they think it's boring. But that's what the UFC is. If you just wanted them to stand up and go toe to toe, it's boxing. Like that's the only thing I've gotten frustrated with Gilbert sometimes when I'm watching UFC fights or we're there, is that fans start booing when they're on the ground. And I'm kind of like, what do you want them to do? Like that's part of the sport. So I don't mind it. It's just what these guys like to do. When I say these guys, like that style, the Khabib, like these guys, they want to tire you out, and they tire you out on the ground by putting their big ass bodies on top of you and making you have to fight through it. So I think it's a great strategy. The thing is that yes, these fighters are boring, so people are gonna think it's boring, but it's a great strategy. I mean, these guys fight bears out in Russia and stuff. So obviously, they're built different, but yeah, it is boring, but it's great strategy. I mean, when you put your whole body and mass on another, well, no Diddy, but like, by the way, Jesus, but he's gonna sing like a canary. But I think I have no problem with it, honestly.
Yeah, same here. I learned to appreciate it. It's a fair type of style to win a fight. It's called mixed martial arts for a reason, because it's two of the best fighters going at it and find the way to come out of the cage victorious. It could be jiu-jitsu, wrestling, it could be striking, whatever, kickboxing. And that's something that it took me a while to appreciate UFC. Like I was talking about 2016, that's when I really got hooked on it. Obviously, there was a lot of big striking and early knockouts. But then you start thinking like, well, these guys don't throw combinations like boxers. Why am I trying to compare to boxing so much and just appreciate the sport for what it is? And once I got past that, I'm like, yeah, I'm okay with it. Khabib was awesome to watch when he was mauling people, like you mentioned, Fernando. So when Merab understands that O'Malley is one-dimensional and he's a striker, hell yeah, take him to the ground.
Exactly what's his name did Khabib did to Conor.
Yeah, that's the bad part about these strikers. They can knock you out in 13 seconds, like they did
13.
Aldo 13, like Conor McGregor did. But you have weaknesses too, and that's the beauty of mixed martial arts. Is like if you have more in the toolbox, you're gonna be okay. John Jones.
Gilbert. Athir asked, Gilbert, give me your top 5 boxers. Ali's number 1 for sure, but give me your list.
I'm never good with this because there's just so many people that
And weights,
I
different weight
enjoy
classes.
and weight classes. Yeah, that's the biggest part.
Okay, give us
Eras.
your 5 entertaining boxers of all time.
Mm.
Tyson has to be like top 5.
Yeah, but it's also like I'm such a historian that I know the history, but I wasn't alive to
Yeah,
really see it.
yeah.
So yeah, like Mike Tyson would be like, I bet you if I was, a young 20-year-old in the
You would
Tyson
have gone
era,
punch in the
I
face.
no, but I would have loved it. I hear all the old school people talking about that Punch Out game that Mike Tyson was in. He was a rock star. I want to interview him one day. I want to get a Mike Tyson shirt. He's awesome like that. But he will be one. Obviously, Ali will be another one. Chavez Senior, obviously because I'm Mexican. De La Hoya because he was the first one that kind of got me into boxing. Just hearing the chatter from people who were watching De La Hoya versus Chavez Senior. He's another one. But obviously, my favorite fight is Diego Corrales and Luis Castillo. So I can't really put them in terms of being individual, but that is the best fight. I'm really more into fights. Mickey Ward or Arturo Gatti. Obviously, you got Morales and Barrera. Marquez and Pacquiao. So I'm giving a bunch of names, but Pacquiao's another one too. Even Mayweather, I came to appreciate his style. That's perfect question for the grappling. Very defensive fighter, but a lot of people can't do what Mayweather did when it came to being that defensive and technician. So it's difficult. One day I'll sit down at the end and do it, but I just gave you like 20 names right there.
Yeah, I know, for real.